Everybody, it's Kerry from Active IQ, and we are joined by the lovely James Liscombe from Study
Right.
Active, one of our lovely approved centres. Hey, hi James. And we are also joined by Julie Davis. Good morning, Julie, who is literally the creator of the NHS Doing Our Bit. So this is what the purpose of the video is. It's all about finding about NHS Doing Our Bit and what it actually is. So Julie, before we learn more about yourself and Doing Our Bit, if you were in an elevator and doing an elevator pitch, could you tell us about Doing Our Bit, the NHS Doing Our Bit campaign?
So in short, I would say it's a fitness platform that was created by the NHS for the NHS during the pandemic to keep our staff active and healthy, and it's free forever thanks to the partners.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you, Julie. And of course, we need to shout out, obviously, to the Provider Do as well, because obviously they're one of our partners as well for NHS Doing Our Bit, but obviously they're just not joined in the interview today. So, Julie, of course, James and I know you very well now. But obviously, for those who are watching, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your current role in the NHS?
So I'm the Deputy Chief Operating Officer for the Clinical Research Network in the West Midlands. And at the moment, our sort of role in the NHS is to ensure that all the research around COVID treatments and COVID vaccinations is carried out. We've made great progress in the last 10 months with the vaccinations out. So it's been a busy time, but it's time also to look after our staff because they're our most precious resource. So that's what this platform's all about, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, thank you to you and obviously all your staff and team, all the NHS guys out there, because you are absolutely working like Trojans. So thank you for everything. So tell us about your fitness journey. You know, where did it all start? How did you get involved with fitness and your passion for it?
So I've always loved the gym. I was a runner for a few years, but a jogger runner for years. And then I just decided to go to a different gym, try something new. I'd done the Thames Path Challenge, which is a 100-kilometre run, and wanted to give up running quite quickly after that. So got involved in powerlifting, strong woman and powerlifting. I'm not tall enough to be a strong woman, so concentrated on the powerlifting and love it. Strong women in the gym is a great thing to aspire to, and hopefully even sort of sharing my journey and my background and stuff will inspire a few other women to set foot in gyms that they might think are a little bit scary, but they're not.
Brilliant. Okay, Julie, it's great seeing you here. Obviously, we've spoken many times before, but for the benefits of all the viewers that are going to watch this video, could you just rewind and take us right back to the start of when your initial thinking started for this project? What made you initially think of how to get the NHS all this support with their fitness, and what was your overall goal right at the start, right on square one, back in the day as such? Can you talk us through the initial thinking behind this all?
Yeah, it seems like such a long time ago, doesn't it? Last March, really. So we've always had a really good wellbeing package in our region, in our network, because we really do get the point behind physical and mental health. And we have a package called Pick and Mix, which so people can decide what's right for them in terms of their own well-being. And we've always held like circuit classes or something outdoors. Now, when the pandemic came, obviously all face-to-face interaction stopped apart from frontline staff. So that was one of the first things that we ended up having to put on hold. My husband, who's a PT, started doing some live sessions for us online each week. But that's his sort of second job, so that wasn't sustainable, and I don't think any of us thought we would be in lockdown for as long as we were. So a chance conversation with James at Study Active one of the days, where it was I was going to get qualified so I could take the sessions for our staff and be quite self-sufficient within the NHS, so we could offer that to our employees. And then I suppose, to cut a long story short, a few ideas floating around and James getting a few key partners involved, we came up with this platform where we would provide something alongside those partners, Study Active, Active IQ and FibreDo, to offer a free gift to the NHS, I suppose. They've got, obviously we'll come on to it, but getting the really good PTs on it and a great background and great platform has just enabled us to grow it way more than I think we ever thought we would right back at the beginning.
So James, if we come to you, so obviously what was your first reaction when you first heard of Julie's master plans, and how did your involvement begin?
Okay, yes, well, as Julie mentioned a moment ago, she first contacted Study Active with the hope of qualifying as a personal trainer. I think as soon as I saw an email come through, I knew this was something special, and I knew this was something that I had to deal with personally. And my immediate reaction was I was just so impressed with Julie and who Julie is and what she wanted and her vision, if you like. That's what impressed me. It soon became very apparent to me this isn't a case of someone just wanting to qualify as a personal trainer. This is the case of someone that wants to create a gift that keeps giving. And at that time, obviously, we were in the first lockdown. And I think the term doing our bit is just so appropriate, because it suddenly occurred to me that Study Active, and I had the wonderful partners in mind, like Active IQ and Fiverr right from the start. It really occurred to me we could all do our bit to support Julie. And it just became apparent that this was a much bigger picture than someone wanting to qualify as a PT. And it's really impressed me of the vision and the goal that Julie had, and then to get behind that and to support her has been a privilege. It really has.
Absolutely.
So how would you just describe the platform, Julie, in terms of someone that's never seen this platform before, someone that's perhaps listening to this now and is intrigued by what the actual product is as such? How would you describe it? What does it look like? What does it do? What's the user experience like when logged into the platform?
So obviously it's for NHS staff only. So first of all, you create an account with your NHS email address, and then you can set yourself up an account, you log on, and there's, I think, about 5 different categories on there. We've got high intensity, low intensity, we've got family fun, which is a great section where you can work out with your children. There is a section on sort of yoga, Pilates and stretching, and then another section on, it's a bit more educational, I suppose. We've got some nutritional information on there, some great videos on nutrition, hydration, motivation, and we've just recently added a menopause one on how to sort of ensure that you carry on working out through your menopause to help you get through it. So loads of different topics. The videos are around 15 to 20, well, 15 minutes to half an hour, depending on which ones there are. Some of the nutrition ones and that are a little bit sort of shorter and snappier. Yeah, you log on, they have a very special message at the beginning of each of the videos, which some of them make me sort of well up a little bit. It's really good to see why the instructors are doing what they're doing and doing their bit. So they've shared some quite personal stories about how the NHS has cared for their families, their parents, and their loved ones. And I think that starts the video off on a really nice level.
It's really nice. So it makes it more specific to an NHS audience, and I guess it is really a genuine chance for people to say thank you for the wonderful work the NHS have been doing.
Absolutely, yeah. And I just think as an NHS employee, you know, it's just nice to get that back. Like I said, it's a free gift, but just to get that thank you, you know, no one really wants a gift, but a thank you's about as much as you can hope for these days. So it's really sort of inspiring and motivating for our staff, and that's the feedback that we've had from across the country.
That really is fantastic, and I think that makes it bespoke. It gives it that bespoke feel that this is something that is for the NHS, and I think that really gives that ownership feel towards it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Fantastic. So Julie, how many of the workouts have you done yourself? Have you tried and tested them all?
I've done, I think, all of them except for one of the 2 yoga ones. I'm not very bendy. I'm a powerlifter. I should bend more, should do the mobility, but I'm getting around to them.
Oh, fantastic. And of course, James, coming to you, of course, the NHS Doing Our Bit campaign and all the amazing videos and PT sessions that are on there, of course, wouldn't be what they are without the amazing PTs who have freely given their time for this campaign to really get it moving. So, I mean, so what do you think about that? And obviously the amazing people that have been involved.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the project was always only going to be as good as the quality of PT we could recruit for it. And that was a key factor. It's all very well, we've got all the infrastructure and ideas, but the key component is actually having the PTs donating an actual session. And we were very cautious from the start that this had to be a bespoke, safe, effective and fit for purpose session. For that reason, we obviously had a lot of quality assurance where Study Active and Active IQ were working together quite a lot throughout the first lockdown, looking at these videos in advance and making sure they were fit for purpose. And I think the general consensus was, wow, what fantastic sessions these were. it made the quality assurance exercise very easy. A lot of it was very much box ticking to say that yes, it meets the criteria. And I think the quality shines through in these videos, absolutely, as we'd expect from the ilk of instructor we've got on there. But also one thing that strikes me is the passion, and the passion that all of these PTs, they've all given up their time. This is all something they've donated free of charge, and for them to actually go and put that into practice and plan the session, conduct the session, record it, that takes a lot of time, and it's really come across how passionate they all were about really wanting to be part of this. And I think that's a real strength that's come from the project, everyone working together towards this same goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, if you are a PT watching and you're thinking, I'd love to get involved, I'd love to donate some time in a workout session, please get in touch, because we'd love to have you as part of the program. We're looking to grow the platform, making sure there's new sessions on there all the time to keep the NHS teams really active out there. Fantastic.
Hopefully we can get some more on board. But just remind me, Julie, I think you mentioned earlier some numbers. So what are we up to at the moment then in terms of the number of NHS staff using the platform?
So we're signed up now in 90 organisations. So we hope to sign up the actual whole trust, because in my mind, doing our bit there should be equity of access for all. So it doesn't matter what job you do in the NHS, you should have the ability to access the platform. So we'd like organisations to sort of open it up, run with it, and do their internal communications. So it's not just relying on staff to sort of see it on a social media site or anything. So really working with those 90 organisations to try and get them to roll it out to their employees. And out of those 90, they have a reach of 515,000 staff. If we get, there are about 1.3 million staff in the NHS. So the aim is not to stop until we've opened it in every single one of those organisations. So regardless of where you live or work or what job you do, you can have access to the platform.
It really is fantastic. And to think that, it's there's still a way to go. There's still more that can be recruited. I mean, what would the kind of aspirations be? How big could this number become if we keep going in the right direction?
So at the beginning, obviously, it was 180 staff was the aim, then it was 10,000, and now the aim is the 1.3 million, I suppose, and then to see also what other partners work with the NHS that we could involve as well. So it's just to make sure everybody that's involved in NHS healthcare and delivery is given the opportunity to take part. Absolutely phenomenal. So that's the landmark milestone we need to look out for. Then 1.3 million is what we're wanting to get soon. That really is fantastic, and to see it grow this much is phenomenal.
We can do that. We'll get it done, Julie. Yeah. Julie is a master force on her own. So Julie, can you tell us a little bit about the feedback that you've been given from your colleagues and other people that have got in contact with you who have actually joined the programme, the NHS Doing Our Bit?
Yes, there's been probably from two sides really. From employees, they love the range of options that you can go on and access. And what we do as a network, and I think some other trusts do this as well, is we actually send out a calendar invite to all of our staff to invite them to a workout. So we pick a workout each week, and there's sort of a vote on which workout is made to be the weekly one. And then staff dial in probably 5 minutes before, and they have that group interaction that people are really missing at the moment. So it's not just about doing it at 8 o'clock at night in your lounge, so to speak. It's really trying to encourage that interaction between colleagues. So yeah, they come on 5 minutes before, they'll go and do the session, and they'll come back onto a Zoom or a Teams afterwards and probably moan about how hard it was. But they're really ready for their day then. So we've been doing it at different times of the day as well. The feedback is people quite like some of the sort of stretch and relaxation ones about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We've been putting on the higher impact ones at lunchtime. So the feedback from staff on that has been absolutely fantastic. But also from wellbeing leads as well. So it's generally rolled out through the wellbeing leads in each organisation. And what they seem to like is the fact that it's all being quality checked. And I think that's a really key part of it. It's not just something that someone's rolled out and you know, things aren't going to be done properly. Everything is quality checked, it's professional, the platform looks great, and the comms around it and the PR that we've managed to get, everything is really high quality. So I think that has just sort of shone through right from the start. But in terms of the PTs, the sessions are high quality as well. So, you know, the PTs are doing this to thank the NHS, but actually I want to thank the PTs for giving up their time. They're having just as much of a tough time during the pandemic with the gyms being closed and their sort of security and financial security not being great, but they've all given up their time as well in a really difficult period to give back. So thank you to all them.
So Julie, you know, you obviously had some great feedback from everyone on the campaign, but have you actually, has anyone actually said they've noticed in their fitness, as their fitness levels increased, you know, about their mental well-being? What about things like that?
So we've had quite a few reporting back about their fitness levels, and they've sort of retried some of the sessions that they found difficult right at the beginning, and they're breezing through those now. So it's obviously having a real impact.
Yeah.
But also some of the feedback we've had is, like I said, a lot around the mental well-being side of it. It's really difficult for staff that are working on the front line, absolutely, and we're trying to do these so they can fit them around their busy shifts and things like that and still keep active. But I think the working from home people are quite often forgotten. It's really difficult working from home in the same four walls. And they're finding that doing some of these sessions, whether it's with colleagues or doing it on their own or just having access to them, has really helped their mental well-being as well. So that's a great sort of bit of feedback to get on that. It's not just all about weight loss or fitness, it's just about how they're feeling at the moment and it's getting them through it. So that's a really important part for us.
Yeah. And Julie, I mean, to see this, you know, coming from that sort of like that little, you know, acorn that you obviously, the acorn idea that you had into this massive campaign, all of these NHS staff doing it. I mean, how are you feeling personally? I mean, you must be absolutely over the moon and delighted, and you know, and it wouldn't have happened because of you if it wasn't for you.
I'm delighted by it. It's been a massive team effort, though. I'm not going to take credit for it. Everybody has worked so hard on the platform behind the scenes, and a lot of it is around communicating it out now to people. I'm not stopping until we get to that 1.3 million, and I hope all the partners are on board still. We're trying to get us there. But yeah, super proud of what we've achieved, and I think there's the feedback that you get from sort of friends and family, especially when, you know, we've been in the Telegraph, we've been on the BBC News. It's just great publicity for the platform. So just delighted of where we've got when it was such a small plan and it just grew and grew.
Really, really is a great story, Julie. And we've talked about that magic number, that 1.3 million, you know, and I'm sure we're going to get there, you know, if we keep going. But what does the future plans look like? We know the number we want to reach, but how is this going to grow? What's going to happen to grow it to that level in terms of promotion, in terms of content? What's the action plan as such to get us to this number?
So at the moment, every single organisation that we've had on board has come to us because it's word of mouth, or they've seen something on the news or from colleagues, whatever it is. But they've come to us to sign up, which is great. We've done no promotion in terms of going out to those organisations that haven't yet signed up. So that will be sort of phase 2, is to go out and contact the wellbeing leads in all of those NHS trusts and say, have you heard of us? Do you want to join? And I think that will bring on a lot of new trusts into the platform. So that's sort of phase 2. And then we're working with some other great partners as well. So we've been accepted onto the United by Birmingham 2022 programme, which is sort of recognising grassroots community projects. And it's run sort of alongside the Commonwealth Games. So all of these different initiatives are all going to come together at some point. And if we can get it to the powers that be, so to speak, in the NHS or the government, and show that this is a free offering to the NHS, it's so important. Health and wellbeing of NHS staff has never been more important. I think if we can get those sort of lobbyists behind us, then absolutely, I think it'll roll through the NHS quite easily.
Fantastic. And what will your message be to NHS staff out there who want to get involved with this? They've perhaps heard about doing our bit, they've perhaps watched this video, they've perhaps seen it on the news or even on TV. What's the message? How can they get involved? What's their action? What's their steps they need to take to get involved and to sign up for this fantastic campaign?
So I would say just get yourself on the website, set yourself up an account and try a couple of the classes. The feedback, we've got some great videos that I'm sure we can sort of link to, but it's the feedback from the staff that's just saying, give it a go. You know, it's free, it's there for you to try anytime. And I think that some people think there's a catch. And that's what I get a lot of times if I have calls with organisations. They're like, where's the catch? And there isn't one. This is free and it's free forever. So get on there, sign up.
Fantastic. That's certainly the message for any NHS personnel listening that would like to get involved. It really is free. It really is fantastic. And please dive into it. I guess that's the general message.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, James, being one of the partners, I mean, you couldn't be more prouder. I mean, I know that Active IQ are proud to do it, and I know obviously Provido, who are not here today, but you know, we are all passionate about getting those numbers, Julie. You know, we are completely with you, completely on board with you there. So again, Julie and James, thank you so much for today. It's been great speaking to you and obviously finding about doing our bit. We really hope this video has helped. Either if you're a PT and you want to get involved, you know, please contact us. If you're working for the NHS and you want to get involved and get access to this platform, it is free. There's no iggledy-biggledy underlining things going on. It is completely free. You won't be contacted by any of the partners. That's not what the goal is. It's about fitness for free for you guys. But so thank you for all this fantastic work you're doing. For Biodo, thank you very much. I know there's the EB team, the Active IQ team. Thank you. And Julie, you are such an amazing inspiration. Honestly, you absolutely amaze me every day. Well done to you. You know, to having that one idea and then going to James. And of course, James, thank you for getting us involved as well.
Oh, the natural choice.
The natural choice, bless you. Thank you so much. And of course, we'll be speaking to you very soon. And we'll try and get more videos out because we really want this Doing Our Bit to be the biggest thing you've ever seen. Doing Our Bit. Do your bit now. Thank you all. See you soon.